Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Paradise Paradox.
Welcome to your darkest desires spouting out from the toilet like a ghoulie in that horrible horror movie from the 80s.
Is that a movie?
I think that was a movie. I always remember the poster Ghoulies, and it had, for some reason, it had this picture of this gremlin-looking thing reaching out of the toilet like they were... I saw that poster and I was like, shit, is that what happened in toilets? I had to check every time I went to take a dump.
Or in case they snag something.
Yeah, the ghoulie could come out and grab my ghoulies. Yeah.
Well, in this episode, I'm going to talk about a dream that I had a few nights ago. Not that type of ghoulie, but it was definitely terrifying in its own way. Yep. Terrifying when you don't realize you're dreaming. And what you think you're experiencing, although it might be odd for some, for me was completely normal. So just a reality check. We should look into reality checks. I didn't do any reality checks, so I just continue with the dream. But it involves my Vocho, which is my vehicle of choice today.
Volkswagen Beetle.
Sedan.
Grito.
And, the adventures, the road trip adventure that turned into outside this world, anti-gravity, paranormal trip of my mind.
Visiting some ancient ruins within a dream and discovering a whole other culture which you never knew existed.
But not yet. We might find them yet. They're in Peru, I think.
Cool. Okay.
So check it out.
Yeah, check it out. Listen up. Listen to the hot stuff dropping straight from the butter nuts. This is what it is. All right, so my name's Kurt Robinson, if I didn't introduce myself already.
I don't think we did. My name's Aaron Battle.
Yeah, you go on our Twitter. You can find me at TroubleBubble.
And I'm at BattleAZ.
And head on over to YouTube and press like and press subscribe, or press dislike if you hate us, and head on over to the paradiseparadox.com. You can look through our old episodes and leave us a comment. Tell us what you think, what you liked, what you hated. Did you think Aaron should have made a different decision in his dream, or done more reality checks, turn it into a lucid dream and use it to bang supermodels or something like that? And head on over to Facebook. Press like on Facebook and hover over the like button, press get notifications so you can jam those notifications into your feed, just like, okay, I don't know where my mind is going.
People do jam stuff, so...
Okay, jam it like some jelly between two slices of bread with some peanut butter on there. And head on over to donate.theparadiseparadox.com, because that's a magical place where you can worship at the shrine of the Paradise Paradox and say your prayers to your dark gods, who are named Kurt and Aaron, and give your blessing by donating a few dollars. So suggested donation is $1 US per episode that you like, and we really appreciate it when you do that. Head on over, give us a few Satoshis, a few millibits, and a few Litecoins as going through the roof right now, heading directly towards the moon, just like Apollo 11 didn't. And thanks so much. What did I miss?
Just give me a thumbs up.
Okay, thanks.
And before we leave, don't forget to shop through our link on Amazon.
Yep.
In case you want to get a little research on those Peruvian ancient civilizations, or many other civilizations, or maybe this civilization.
I don't think a book has been written on that yet.
No, but there's civilizations out there.
Okay.
That have
some
similar
Machu Picchu
technology.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, let's get into it.
I want to share with you a little dream I had that blew my mind. It's completely different to... Actually, I'll start off with saying that it was so intense that it earned itself an episode to start with. So here we go.
Okay.
And the only other experience I can describe that's like what I experienced in this dream would be the last trip report of where I thought I died and I wouldn't come back.
Right.
Like, that's the level of intensity that this dream, not last night, the night before.
Okay. That episode that we recorded, it's called The Face of Death, where you took a whole cocktail of drugs and and had an experience where you thought you were watching your body be carried away by ambulance officers or something.
Yep.
Is that one? Yep.
The classic movie style death, after death, back to reality experience.
Okay. It's like from Enter the Void, except in that one. Well,
it was exactly like that. But in my defense, because that was completely reckless and irresponsible, it was going to, it was out at a party with a wide group of friends that all had their different preferences in how they like to party. And to want to keep up with everybody, that's what happened. So
keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the Coneses.
Peer pressure, man. It's lethal. Okay. So this dream started out reasonably normal. Just a road trip with mates. You were there. Joanna was there. Melissa was there. And it's like, it started off, I would have thought we're in Mexico, pretty normal, countryside. We arrive at this little town. We drive into the towns, and most Mexican towns have their arcs as you enter in and, welcome to wherever. And we're cruising around and trying to get our bearings of, what's in this town and what's going on. And, we're all kind of hungry, so we're looking for tacos or, a stand or, what do they do here that was special. We found nothing. It was like, I don't know whether we got there real early in the morning or late in the afternoon. It's like, it was a dream. Time's irrelevant. But we're hungry, so we wanted to figure out, what do we do? For some reason, we decided that to go and get eggs and tortillas and maybe some nopales. It was no doubt Joanna's idea. She's the cook. So we went to go look for like a corner store or something. I'm not sure if there was nothing going on or whether that was just the idea. So, but during all this, I'm driving and I can't find a park. And it's like, and we couldn't find our way around the town very well. It was almost like, outside here you got construction in the next street over.
Yeah.
It was like that. So
plus you got all these crazy one-way streets in Guadalajara. Like pretty much every street is a one-way street.
It was kind of like that. We're trying to follow our way around, but there's really only one way. Yeah. So if it wasn't a one-way street, it was a construction zone, and we were getting nowhere. So first corner store we see, and it was just a sign like tienda. Yeah. And so we pull up and we go in, like we all get out of the car, we walk into this house. It was a house. Like it was one of these shops that you walk in the front door of the house and the shop's like in their lounge room. And which is pretty normal for Mexico, like, no bells or anything, that's just normal stuff. And we
more or less.
Yeah, well, we order half a kilo eggs.
Yeah.
You order by the kilo. So we walk out with this bag of eggs, and we bought other things, a few road snacks. And because we couldn't find road trip snacks, because we couldn't find a park, I'm parked in someone's driveway. And somehow the car rolled or something, and dodgy brakes, and I rolled into like the garage door and dented it. And my thoughts were, well, let's just get out of here. Like, there's no point knocking or anything. Like I dented the door, it's covered in graffiti anyway. Let's cruise. And so we're back driving again, and we're following this like one-way street, construction, turn here, right, left. We're moving through this town, and it was like the streets we found in Acapulco. Like you can't go off the main street because they just keep winding upwards. Like you start moving up a hill. So now the Vochos, we're struggling to get up this hill, and we're turning this way, we're turning that way, and we're getting higher and higher. And we get this point
round in circles up the mountain.
Pretty much. And we're like, we're moving away from this town. Like we're supposed to be checking out this town. We're not in the town anymore. We're like up halfway up this mountain, and we can see like the town below us, but it's like we were hours outside the town. Like the town's like way down there. Like this amazing view. And we decided we'd better turn around and go back. Like, this was not the way. There has to be another way. Like, we messed up.
Yep.
And so we're cruising back down the hill, and I'm taking my time because, squeaky little Vocho, he was there too.
What do you call it? Black Thunder?
Well, I got a couple names. Now I think we just call it Vocho.
Right.
Like we're going to take Vocho or hey, like it's a friend. Unreliable friend.
Okay.
As
You'll call it like the Scarab Beetle or something.
No, it hasn't. Well, usually cars get their own names. Like they evolve into a name. It started out as Negrito,
Right.
or El Negro, because it's black. But now it's just called Vocho because I don't think it hasn't earned a name just yet, or nothing good. So we're cruising back down, and it's windy, long, straight. And I get to the point that I'm cruising, I'm picking up speed, and I'm going down this hill, and I'm pumping the brakes, and it's very intermittent braking, and then it just gets to the point where there's no brakes, and I'm rolling down the hill, and I was like, I'm the driver, so I'm like, shit, this is really bad. For some reason, the girls are having a great time, like, no brakes, no. What are you worried about? Aaron,
No brakes, no worries.
You just drive. Like, it's like, why are you telling us there's no brakes? You're the driver. You deal with it. You're looking at me pretty concerned, but trustworthy, would just fix it. Make this problem go away. I'm going to pretend like everything's okay, but we're flying now. We're probably doing 100 down this little half gravel, half road. And it's like, I just say, shit, hang on. We're going to die. It was extreme. Heart's pumping, we're in big trouble. And then I realized what the problem is. For some reason, Melissa's sitting in the front next to me, and she's kind of half laying down, and her feet are behind my brake pedal.
Oh, okay.
So she's just laying across the front passenger seat, and her shoes and feet and her possibly bag, I don't know, is stuck behind the pedals. And she's looking at me like, oh, is that all? It's just, oh, I'm sorry. Like, what, I'm not allowed to put my feet there? Real blasé, no problem. We're doing about 150 now, flying down this hill out of control. And so she moves her feet, everything's cool, and I get to put the brakes on, and it was too much. And it was just something snapped, and the brake pedals go onto the floor. We're not braking, and we smashed. I'm steering, it's come to the curve. I've got full lock on, tires are squealing, and I've slammed into the wall barrier of this road, and we're banging side, kind of like bumper bowling. we're bumper bowling this Vocho down this curvy hill.
Oh, so just you hit one side and then you hit the other side of the highway, zoop, zoop, zoop.
Yeah, but it was like a toboggan. It was like we're all in the car, boom, bang. And as we're going around, so I'm doing my best to steer this car down the hill at velocity, trying to keep it on the road. And it got to the point that I couldn't do anything else but play bumper bowling. There was no other option. We finally get to the bottom, and it was like the last curve, and I squeal it around, and we ended up just rolling the Vocho on. We're on our side. Everyone's fine, luckily, and but our car's a mess. It looks like Destruction Derby. You and I, we climb out the top side, we slide over the bonnet. But the whole time the girls are acting like nothing's up. Are we here yet? Totally cool. You and I help the girls out of the car. We push it back over, and it's back on four wheels. It starts straight away, and off we go. I think all my rims are buckled. Over there, we're shaking as we're cruising maybe at 5 kilometers an hour. And we're at the bottom of the hill, and there's this big, could have been a Kmart or a Walmart, a shopping center with a big open car park. And we just pull in what just happened? How did we survive that? I'm there trembling from just just shake it up. Like I think I'm the only one that seems to be concerned about it. It's like no one else seemed to care. Like, well, we didn't die, nothing happened, everyone's cool. And then there's a whole lot of tourists there, like like American backpackers, people just in the car park, like as if they were tailgating. But there was no, everyone speaking different languages. We're all just hanging out, and this group of dudes walked past and like bagging my car out. Like, oh, look at this dick with his smashed up Vocho. Like, is that the best he got? I'm like, don't even start with me, man. Like, you don't know what I've just been through. So for some reason, we all get back in the car and we head back to this little town. We're assuming it's down the road, around the corner. But you're driving now. It's okay. And I figure
I don't have a license, so.
Kurt doesn't drive. I figure like,
how does this thing work?
who cares? Like, Kurt wanted to drive. Like,
this is Mexico after all.
And I thought, well, screw it. My car's already stuffed. Like, he'll work it out. We're only putting around anyway. And we do a few laps around this shopping center and realize the only way back is to go back up the hill and go down the other side.
Okay. This town is in the middle of a labyrinth.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
So we're cruising up this hill, and we're just clunking up this hill because my wheels are all buckled, and it's like, well, there's no one here. It was just like an empty car park with people partying there, and we're like, we're not in the mood to hang here. So you're driving up the hill now, and you're taking the curves, and it's all good, and now I'm sitting in the back. Melissa's still in the front. You're driving, and Joanna's looking very concerned. Like she's looking at me like something's really major just happened. And I was like, well, about time. You're worried, like Vocho can't. Like, how does he even survive all this? And she's holding a stomach.
Our fifth Beetle, so to speak.
It's indestructible. that car. Actually, I saw a video last night of the condition of the roads in Mexico. Because you don't drive, but the roads are really bad. Like I got potholes here as big as the Vocho. Like when I'm driving, like literally holes so big that I think that's probably why my tires are stuffed. Because anyway, this is real life. Like the roads are really bad here, especially in rain season. Like the potholes are insane.
Yeah.
But this video I saw last night, there's like a grate on a highway just missing. Like literally, you drive in, you lose the front of your car. And this video has cars swerving out of the way, and someone's there. They don't put cones out; they get a camera out. And they're like, well, let's film all these cars race down this road, and we'll see who hits the hole and who doesn't. And there's like all these new cars that are swerving around it, and then comes this white Vocho, kind of screaming down the road and just smashes straight into this. It's literally a stormwater drain grate missing, at least a meter long. So it's just a hole. And this Vocho just flies over it like there's nothing happens. Like, just flew straight over top.
I'm just picturing, like, Super Mario Brothers, you hold down run and just run right over those gaps.
Yeah, that's what the Vocho did. And, I'll find this video, so maybe you can put a link to it or add it in. I don't know, but it's worth watching. Like, it's stupid, but entertaining. So you're driving up this hill, and we finally get to the top, and it's like, well, for some reason, the only way forward once we get to the top of the hill was to enter a tunnel, or to go back the way we came. And we're there talking like, well, we didn't come up the tunnel. Like, that tunnel wasn't there before, and we can't go back because that's a dead end. It's just a shopping center down there. So, all right, man, cruise ahead. Go through the tunnel.
What could possibly go wrong?
I mean, that's the way back, logical. It's like, you don't go down A, take B.
Press like on YouTube, press like on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, and Pocket Casts. Follow us on Twitter @BattleAZ and Trouble Bubble and show your support at donate.theparadiseparadox.com.
So I've just given you the okay. We're going into the tunnel. It's the way down, and it turns. We go into the tunnel, and we're all making jokes and road trip stories, and this is great, and, you know, let's hurry up and let's find somewhere to cook these eggs. And as we're moving further into the tunnel, it's getting darker, and it just turns to pitch black, and you're looking at me like, how do I turn the lights on? Like, your car has lights, right? And I was like, and because it's a 81 model Vocho, there's this black knob on the dash, and you got to pull it out.
Right.
And pulling this button out turns the lights on. So we have lights now, and you can't see anything anyway. Like, it's just pitch black. You can just see the road that's kind of gravelly in front of us. And the gradient of the road starts going down, and you're like, Aaron, didn't you say this car didn't have brakes? And it was like that, just completely just. I was like, shit, how did we forget that my car brakes were broken? And it was like, too late now. I can't do anything about that now. It's all right. This hill can't be that big. And we're cruising down. And the thing is, we're picking up speed. And it's terrifying because we're in this rattling, like, the wheels are shaking, everything's just trembling. It's like earthquake, and we're cruising down this hill that's getting
Inside the tunnel.
Inside the tunnel,
Right.
That's getting steeper and steeper. And I'm not very good with roller coasters. I'm not very good with heights. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
And it's like we get to the point that we're just going straight down. And the road keeps curving down. So we're just looking straight down into black. And, you know, we're going so fast that we're almost like losing gravity. We're like floating in the car, and the road's gone. It's like, how come there's no, like, we feel like we lost traction. The wheels aren't touching the road anymore.
Right. There's no shaking because we're just...
Yeah, we're free falling. Like, the road just gets steeper and steeper and steeper. And then actually, at first, we kind of had a few bumps. Like, we caught air, we're back. We caught air, we're back. Now there's just air. It's like we don't even know where the road is anymore. And we're free falling. It's like slow-mo inside the Vocho, looking at each other like shit. Like, this is it, we're going to die. But the free fall, because we're in slow-mo, it was like Judge Dredd. Have you seen the movie where they have this drug? It's called slow-mo. And
it's like Max Payne bullet time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Exactly like that. We're in this bullet time.
Yeah.
But we're all interacting at normal speed. Kind of. So we're falling, and I say, well, let's just brace ourselves like we're in an airplane crash. Like, you know, like you cross your arms and your head against the seat in front of you.
All right.
And you just snap at me. Like, Aaron, this is your fault. This is bullshit. This whole situation's fucked. I'm over it. I'm not going to die.
So I open the door and get out.
So you're like, I'm going to jump.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Like, at that moment, we're looking around like, well, dude, what are you going to jump to? Like, you don't even know what's out there. We're still free falling as we're having this argument conversation. Like, and I was like, okay, fair enough. You know, I'm not ready to die either, but my attempt of not dying was to brace myself in an airplane crash mode.
Yeah.
Your idea is to jump out and to cling back onto the road that may not be there. So yeah, it was really intense. Like, it was like nightmare shit. But we opened the doors, and the doors like fling open, and like they're flapping because of the air coming up, and you've jumped. You just jumped out. And actually, no, before that happened, before you jumped out, because we're arguing over like, what the hell are you going to jump to? Yeah. And we look out and we can see like stairs. And, you know, stair on that side, the stair on that side, almost like this labyrinth style tunnel we're floating down, and like there's stairs all around us. Like, there's like this.
With David Bowie like walking off a ledge and then walking upside down on the other side of it.
Well, there was nobody walking. It was just like,
okay.
But that's exactly what it was. Like, it was like in Interstellar. You know, you go to that other dimension of inside outside stairs, and everything's like a reflection.
You can't mention that too much. You're going to.
Well, it was like a fractal stairs. Like the more we looked into it, the more stairs we saw. And you're like, well, I'm going to time it really well, and I'm going to jump onto one of these staircases.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that's not a bad idea. Like we're going to die otherwise. So now we're out on the doors, because the doors of the Vocho open up perpendicular. Like so like it's like this car's flying straight down, and we have these doors that are out like platforms on this. So we're standing on a platform with all the air coming up, messing our hair up, and you know it's all really crazy. And you're about to jump, and Melissa's like, "Let's just do it, man. Let's just jump." Totally cool. Joanna's still carrying this like super scared, upset, kind of weird mode, and she's like, "Well, Aaron, if you jump, I'll jump. Like, so we're going to do this together." And we jump. But as we jump, the stairs completely just expand out, and it's like we jump and the stairs are kilometers away. It was like it was an illusion. Like we were never going to jump to those stairs. But what we do, I don't remember how we actually jumped. We jumped, we fell for a bit, and then we landed like in, if you can imagine an hourglass and there being sand falling.
Okay.
It's like
we're pieces of sand?
No, we're us.
Okay.
And we jump and we kind of land into the falling sand. And then we're kind of like clinged onto like a cliff. But the cliff is all wavy, like vertical, and sandy. But the sand doesn't fall. It's like a wavy beach, vertical, and we're just hanging onto sand that isn't sliding for some crazy reason. And you're still upset with me because apparently I forgot to tell you there was no brakes. and then you're like, well, screw it. I'm climbing this shit. I'm gonna the sand isn't falling. I'm not dying. I'm climbing out of here. And you start climbing up this bumpy sand cliff to the top. I'm terrified of heights. So like my head's against the sand, I'm wedged against the sand, and I'm not moving. Like I'm terrified. I literally can't move. Even if I wanted to, I can't even move a finger because I'm just frozen. And everyone's like, come on, Aaron, we have to climb. Like you can't just stay here. And then we hear those bloody tourists again, you know, ranting and raving on about how mad this is, and like, mad what is? We nearly died. We never heard the Vocho fall. It just went away. And you're gone. You're climbing. Like I can't even see you anymore. Like it's dark. You're climbing to the top. And I'm hearing these tourists come ranting, raving along about how cool everything is, and they're flashing torches and stuff. And I look, and right beside me, there's like a goat's track up this sand cliff.
So you immediately know that it's the track of a goat.
Well, it was thin, and it was kind of like in this wavy sand. I'm trying to imagine it was like maybe 20 centimeters wide. Like where do you imagine a goat's track would be up, like, you know, up this cliff?
Okay.
This wavy goat's track beside me, and there's tourists in torch just running or just cruising along, walking upwards, like walking past me, up this track, up this vertical wall. But like David Bowie, they're not affected by this gravity. So they're just walking past me like, look at this idiot. I'm like, what? Okay, and then I got up. And even though we're vertical, we can stand fine and walk up this cliff. So you must have realized at some point that, you know, you can climb fairly easy, and you've taken off.
Yeah.
And Joanna's there pulling me like, Aaron, it's fine. Let's climb. And we just start walking this track, walking up this vertical sand cliff.
Okay.
Like that. I follow him. Like, okay, cool. Even though I'm still completely terrified because I've got this idea that I'm going to fall down, but we're not. But you don't fall, and the sand's not falling. Like everything's cool. We get to the top, And there's like, out of nowhere, we're standing at the top of this sand cliff, still vertical, but once you start walking, you realize, like, you know, your mind forgets that you are vertical, and you just realize that we're on flat ground again. Like, even though we're vertical, it's like we're flat. So
right. Frame of reference has changed, and you accept that it's flat. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything just shifts.
Yep.
And we're inside like a gift shop, and everyone's like, you know, touristy stuff, buying gifts of this place that we're at. I still don't even know where we are, and we're somewhere like, it felt like I was in a lost city of Peru, or, you know, like some kind of Incan city or something, like from the touristy stuff that I was looking at. And we realized that we're just at this tourist attraction. Like, it's like an archaeological site. And we're inside a mountain that has no gravity. So you can literally walk, you know, up walls or upside down or whatever. And I was like, this is something that the ancient civilization came across, and they were living inside this mountain. You turned around and said, well, man, this is perfect for an episode. But, you know, no one even knows this place exists. And then we realized that our backpacks are in the car. Like, we have no gear, and I said, forget about that. This place is so cool. We just buy new gear. Or there's so many people here with cameras. Why don't we just borrow one of their cameras, like right now, and start recording?
Yep.
And
Great.
So you've gone off and you're trying to find someone that will let you borrow a video camera, and, you know, and maybe you go buy a memory card, but you said, okay, I got to sort this out. Not a big deal. Let's just make it happen. And you've taken off. And I'm left inside the gift store. So, you know, I'm like, well, all right. And I'm looking at the artwork that's there, and there's what I'm looking at is like this face. It's like a plaque, or it's just like an artwork, but it's a face, and the face has got 4 horns, like out each diagonal of the face. But the 4 horns are like curvy and facing the different directions, almost like a sun, but there's only 4 of them, or like a swastika.
Yep.
And I asked the tour guide that's there at the counter, and I said, well, what's this about? And, you know, and then not able to explain what she explained to me, but she just said, you know, the ancient people here believe that, you know, that as spiritual beings, we have infinite visual representations of ourselves. We just choose to represent ourselves as human. And these people knew that, and they could like shapeshift into different forms. And that's why the face has got all these horns. That's like the energy morphing into different. I should paint this because I've got it so clear in my head.
Yeah.
We should. This is the ancient people. This is kind of like the transition phase. What they look like. This is how they painted this representation of transforming between one form to the other, which is really cool.
Yeah.
The thing was, I just said, this is too much. Like, I'm over it. I'm tired. I sat down and I said, well, I'm just gonna meditate and try and centralize myself, so I'm not terrified anymore. So I work out, so I'm cool. And then by the time Kurt comes back, I'll be ready to talk. You know, I'm not gonna be all jarred up. And then I woke up.
Oh.
Like that. That was like the end of my dream.
Okay, so you sat down and you fell asleep in your dream, and then you crossed over to the waking world. Yeah,
I was like, I'm sitting there and I'm trying to like calm down. I'm hearing everyone in the gift store, the gift shop, and it's like I need to chill, and I'm feeling that feeling right now of like me being terrified. And I'm looking at the visuals behind my eyes, like I'm trying to centralize what the hell happened. And then I woke up. The thing was, I say that it was so intense because when I woke up, and I was like, shit, I'm back here again. Like I'm laying in my bed and like completely normal life.
Yep.
But the thing was, I didn't realize that my dream wasn't real. So it was like, you know, sitting in the bus stop and closing your eyes and then waking up to another Groundhog Day. And like that was the insane part, because like I just woke up and you don't know whether you're still dreaming. Like that transition from real to real, was like, I give up. I don't even know where I am anymore. No drugs, okay? just a dream. And it was the first dream since that trip that I woke up and I'm back in this body again, and I'm back in supposed to be reality again. And it was like that changeover was so, I don't know whether you say insignificant or significant, that
just so smooth.
Yeah, it was like, it felt the same.
Yeah.
The dream to reality is like I'm dreaming right now. I wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, wow. Shit, man. I can't believe that you have such an in-depth narrative in your dreams. Like, I mean, with mine, I mean, I never get the full story. Like, you have this full continuous plot line, and I mean, everything more or less flows into the next scene. It's not like, oh yeah, and then suddenly we're at the park, or then suddenly we're in another street, or I don't remember how I got between this place and this place, but that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's my experience with dreams, and never that fluid.
Most of the time I'm the same. But every now and then I get hit with one of these dreams that's just so real. Like, and it's that fluidity between scene to scene that makes it seem like real life, because you're there right through. I mean, I woke up and I made notes and drawing little pictures and making sure that everything was there. And I think that kind of helped me remember all the bits. Like, I didn't even refer to my notes. Like, I think that process of writing it down just made it so real in my mind that it could have been real. Like, it seems real. Like as if it happened yesterday.
Yep.
What the hell is that all about? Like, what's happening?
What's happening to me? You're going through second puberty, Aaron.
Yes.
Prepare to grow 4 horns out of your face.
I wouldn't be the first one. They already did it.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty intense story. Well, I mean, of course, someone has this relation to reality, because, of course, you have had problems with your Volkswagen, and you have had problems where it's been shaking because the wheels aren't on properly, and the steering arm isn't, all those things. So it's you could trace it back to reality and say this is a kind of spin-off, but it has so many elements which don't seem to be necessarily related to anything in your life. I don't know. I guess you read a lot of crazy ideas, and seeing an ancient carving of a face on a wall with 4 horns representing the shape-shifting nature of these ancient civilization. Maybe that's kind of normal. A normal idea for you.
Well, 100%. For me, it's completely normal, which is why, anyone else having these dreams might be ringing or throwing out, alarm bells like, you're in a dream, wake up. But for me, it's every old normal day, normal daily activity.
I always think about this stuff.
It's like, I'm manifesting this now in my dreams, and it's as real as anything.
Yeah. Shit, I did have some kind of interpretation about that, but I don't really know. Like, it's so deep and diverse. It's difficult to interpret it. I think, like, when we're going down in the Vocho, and I'm like, well, fuck this, I'm out of here. I think that's. And you were saying, like, oh, well, I'm just going to brace myself. I think that's, I get the impression it's something to do with, like, it's like you're going down with the Titanic or something. Like, you're not prepared to abandon something until it's too late. Yeah, that's...
It's a character thing.
Yeah.
Because... I feel like you kind of always find a way. Like you're like, it's not working. Don't worry, we have to do this. How are we going to do it? And we kind of go through the stages. We step through thought, and we go, well, that's no good. That's no good. Let's action this plan.
Yeah.
Where for me, I'm like a rock. I don't move.
Which can be good, but it can also work against you.
It's a bit like that. It's a bit like Litecoin.
Yeah.
Like, I've been hanging on to Litecoin for the last 2 years, and it's like, I've been watching it go down the whole time. Like,
went right down to, what was the low point? Like $1.90.
After $1.90, I didn't look.
Okay.
It's like, you know what?
That was the point you didn't. Well, after seeing it, from 3 years ago when we bought it like around $5 or $10, and it went right up to 44, and and then started going back down again. I sold it eventually when it came back down to 11.
That would have been a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure I told you at the time the volume was going down.
Yeah.
But
Well,
now it's now it's come good. It's going back up again. It's going like crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can stem that to like, I represent you in a, like, I'm looking at your character, and what would Kurt do in the situation, and it's like your character is as vivid in my dreams as what you are in real life. It's like or maybe it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe in that parallel dream universe, you're still acting you, like you live on.
Yeah. Yeah. Except I probably wouldn't have got angry at you in that situation because, well, maybe I would have.
Oh, I don't know if you were angry,
Right.
but I mean,
I was just saying, let's make a decision. Let's act.
You weren't comfortable with the situation.
I wonder why.
I mean, I look back now and I'm thinking maybe our car wasn't floating down. Maybe it was just floating because there was no gravity.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I could have sat there and they would have come and found me. I mean, millenniums later.
Yeah, we could have been waiting there forever. Fuck, when is this thing going to hit the ground?
And then I was okay, I think you're right. We probably should jump.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting thing too, because you said when we did actually jump, like we saw the stairs, but it was an illusion. There was nothing for us to grab onto. But it worked out okay anyway. So it's like when you set a goal or when you start some new project and you see that you think you can see the first step and you're like, yep, but it's not there. And then but something completely different happens and it turns out it's actually okay and you're standing on solid ground and you're not falling at all.
Yeah. But that's kind of like everything. You need to take that first step.
Yeah.
And irrespective of what happens, you can't go back. So you make it work or you make it happen.
Yeah. And that's what you did in the dream, because you're saying, like, we go to this archaeological zone and we didn't even have any equipment, but we're still going to find a way to record a video. So I guess this dream is all about, taking chances and just figuring it out, because life doesn't go according to plan. Life doesn't have a schedule. The world doesn't have a schedule.
Yeah.
You just have to make the most of wherever you turn up.
So you need to jump more often.
I guess so.
Just keep jumping.
Yeah. Just take a leap. Yeah, I think that's a good message. I mean, recently I'm planning on renting this place in Santa Tere, like half an hour walk away, and I want to rent one of the bedrooms on Airbnb, maybe rent out the other one to a local, and hopefully I'll either make money or like reduce my rent to zero. And the thing is, I was a bit concerned about it because I know I have to buy furniture and I have to buy all this stuff. It seems like quite a big outlay. Actually, it probably won't be that much. But I made the decision. I was like, yep, I have to do this. That's fine. And but then I kept second guessing it, and I almost got to the point where I was going to say, I give up. I'm not going to do this for almost no reason apart from fear, I guess. And then, then the other day I was trying to give Itzel some words of motivation and talk about how she can take photos and take a few risks with a business, with her enterprise, and I was like, well, shit, I can't tell her that and and then not do this when it's actually something a lot less scary than what she's going through. So
it's cool that you're aware of that because I feel like there's a lot of people that are happy to give advice, but they don't follow it. They don't follow it themselves, and they don't see it. So you're going to go through with it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, cool. I'll take the jump. Yeah, and it's not even like there's virtually no risk in this situation. I mean, the worst possible scenario is I have some debt to pay off for some matrimonial beds, and I'm paying a little more rent every month. So that's really not so bad.
That's the beauty of the Mexican street market. You could just go sit on. You could literally put your bed on the street.
Yeah.
Put a little A4 for sale.
Yeah.
However much you want.
Yeah.
And you're pretty much guaranteed to get an offer. Like, you just sell it.
Yep. Yeah. Things move very quickly. People buy and sell. They're very, I don't know. It's a very free market generally.
Mexico.
Yep. Mexico, Mercado Mágico. Okay. Cool. So, shall we wrap it up?
I think that's a good app.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So my name's Kurt Robinson,
and my name's Aaron El Jefe Battle.
Aaron, ring. Where's my coffee? Battle.
No sugar, please.
All right. So this has been the Paradise Paradox. So jump on to YouTube and press like on YouTube or press dislike. Press subscribe so you can follow us and get your daily dose, weekly dose of fresh new videos, funky fresh new hip hop style videos for your face. And jump onto Facebook and press like on the Paradise Paradox on Facebook, and hover over the like button. You press get notifications so they come up on your feed and you can stay up to date. Jump on the paradiseparadox.com, have a look through our content there. You can trace back through the months and see our evolution as human beings, as shape-shifting, four-horned, ancient Mayan human beings from Chichen Itza. And
you just reminded me of something I left out.
Oh, what?
Apparently they had a greeting, these ancient people.
Okay. What is it?
They would do this.
That's badass. So what Aaron is doing there is crossing like two Mahalu symbols over the top of each other, like with the pinky and the thumb extended. So it looks kind of like four horns spreading off in different directions. Yeah.
That's how they interact. It was like,
all right,
what's up?
That's a new symbol.
It's something, man.
Cool.
I brought that back from another dimension.
Yeah. Cool.
Insane.
Right, so if you're going to use Aaron's new symbol, you have to pay him royalties. So go on donate.theparadiseparadox.com and pay him a few satoshis for every time you use that symbol. Suggested donation $1 per episode that you like, and we really do appreciate it when you jump on there and do that. Leave us a tip. We know when you see buskers in the street and you see them doing something really entertaining and that makes you stop and listen, you decide to give them a bit of spare change. So do the same for us. Jump on donate.theparadiseparadox.com. We really appreciate it. And also you can have a look through the shop Amazon link there on theparadiseparadox.com, and that'll take you through to Amazon. It doesn't mean any inconvenience. It just means if you're going to buy something from Amazon, we'll get a little commission. So if you're going to buy some movies, what movies did we mention? Into the Void.
Into the Void's a good one.
Yep. Or maybe buy some books by Giancarlo Melchizedek.
Check out Interstellar.
Yep, Interstellar, Amazon Instant Video might be a cool watch if Aaron hasn't spoiled it for you there. And
But what if I have? You'll enjoy it.
yeah, it's a pretty cool movie, very visually impressive. And jump onto Twitter. I'm at Trouble Bubble.
And I'm at Battle AZ.
All right, great. Have a good one, guys, and we'll see you soon. All right. Thanks for listening to another episode, another epic episode of the Paradise Paradox. So if you want to check out the show notes, check out some links to some of the works, movies, books that were referenced in this episode, you can head on over to www.theparadiseparadox.com/47. That's theparadiseparadox.com/47. So jump on over, have a look, check it out, and be cool.